Breaking tonight, we are just learning that Vice President Mike Pence is going to go to Miami. He will meet with a group of Venezuelan exiles. All of this as the U.S. tries to shore up support with many other nations to oust the disputed leader, Nicolas Maduro. Earlier today, Maduro said this. Watch this.
Quiero enviarle un mensaje al pueblo de los Estados Unidos. Se ha preparado una campaña para justificar un golpe de Estado en Venezuela, que ha sido preparado, financiado y apoyado activamente por la administración de Donald Trump. Si los Estados Unidos pretenden intervenirnos, tendrán un Vietnam peor que el que se han podido imaginar.
Threatening that the United States would have a Vietnam on their hands if we tried to intervene. And I want to point out again that there are many nations and a concerted effort around this to pull nations together to support the person that the United States and others believe is the appropriate appointed person to lead the country right now. Now, a short time ago, President Trump issued this warning to Maduro in response, tweeting this: "The fight for freedom has begun," said the president. Steve Harrigan is live in Caracas, Venezuela. Protests in the streets there today in support of the opposition. Steve.
Martha, it is worrisome whether this is going to turn into a bloody fight or not. Some would say that's already started with at least 40 protesters killed since Juan Guaido declared himself interim president just 1 week ago. And you're right to point out the tremendous international support Guaido has garnered very quickly. Not just the U.S., but much of South America, European nations also calling for new elections here in Venezuela. He's got about the heads of 50 states backing him. He got a call from President Trump today offering full support, and the U.S. has put oil sanctions against Venezuelan oil. That's a key source of income for the Maduro regime, and now that income is going to be reduced dramatically. So Guaido has a lot going his way. The big problem, though, is that Nicolas Maduro, the man who was elected in an election many people consider rigged last year, who's been in power for 7 years, does not seem to be going away. He's making threatening statements like the one you pointed out about Vietnam. And when you see him on state-controlled television, he's almost always with the military now, with generals, with soldiers. He's a great big man, a former bus driver. He was even running in fatigues with some of the soldiers. He is trying to shore up his support for the military. He does not seem to want to go. So publicly, at least, it looks like he's preparing for a fight. Martha, back to you.
All right, Steve. I mean, the big question is whether or not some of these members of the military are going to start peeling off and supporting the opposition. And there is some indication that some of that ground is shifting, but we have no idea how this is going to end. Thank you very much, Steve. Good to see you tonight in Caracas. So coming up next here on The Story.